Hello, dear children. How are you? I hope you are fine and enjoying your e-learning. Today we are going to start our second chapter, that is computer inside the system unit. In this chapter we will learn the internal structure of a computer. Let us start with system unit. Children, maybe you have seen the CPU in your computer labs. They are the boxes stands near your monitor and you are knowing them as CPU. Actually they are system unit, and the main function of these system units are to safely store the internal electronic components of computer and storage devices also. We have so many other hardware devices like keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, speaker, etc. But mostly they are outside the system unit. Let us start with system unit. Children, maybe you have seen CPU boxes in your computer lab. The box which stands near your monitor is well known by you as CPU. Actually they are system unit. They are the boxes in which the internal electronic parts of computer and the storage devices can be connected with each other safely. And the other devices like keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, speakers, they are also the hardware devices, but they occupy space outside the system unit. Now move to components inside the system unit. Let us embark with motherboard. Children, you can see in the figure that motherboard is a large circuit board in your system unit. It is also known as board unit and main board also. It is a board which holds many electronic components like your CPU. Actually CPU is a chip which is attached on motherboard, and your main memory and RAM, etc. It also provides connection to your mouse, keyboard, monitor, etc. Here you can see the actual CPU. Actually it is a chip which is known as brain of computer or CPU. CPU means central processing unit. CPU is the device which controls the computer as the brain controls the human body, same as the CPU controls the computer working. All the tasks first goes to CPU and then the CPU decides which task when to execute. It is also called processor or microprocessor. Children, do you know the units in which the speed of CPU is measured? Yes, that is megahertz or gigahertz. Faster the speed of CPU, the faster the computer can operate. And day by day its speed is increasing. Let us discuss memory now. Children, memory is of two types, RAM and ROM. As you are saying that computer can remember so many things. What it means? It means that computer can store so much data. That data can be stored in bits and bytes. And as you are saying that our computer has 8 GB memory, and sometimes you are saying that daily we are getting 2 GB data. What is this GB? GB is gigabyte. They are also the units of memory. But bits and bytes are the smallest unit of memory. And the RAM and ROM, these are the memory chips which are attached on motherboard. RAM means random access memory, or we can say primary memory or main memory of the computer. It stores the instructions and data temporarily. Children, when you are switching on the computer, the data transfer from hard disk to the RAM. That the process you are saying booting. When the booting is going on, it means the operating system of computer loading from the hard disk to the RAM. And the RAM can hold the data till the computer is running. We can take an example of green board. As though your teacher is writing on a green board, you can note down the notes. But when the next period started, the data which is written on your green board will be erased. Same way, when you will shut down the computer, the data which is stored in RAM will be erased. That is another reason that RAM is also known as volatile memory. That means it loses its contents when the power is switched off. That's why we are saying you that the saving is very compulsory before shutting down the computer. Saving is the process of copying data from RAM to hard disk back. ROM is read-only memory. As the name precises that, it means that we can read that memory only. We can't write anything in those chips. And ROM stores the instructions which are permanent and which we need to be permanent. And they are created once by the manufacturers and cannot be changed. It helps the computer to get started. That's why ROM is also known as non-volatile memory. It means its contents are not lost when the power is switched off. That's all, children. Now you have to read the chapter carefully till here and listen the video side by side, and be happy, be safe, be at home. Goodbye.